Hi there, this is Dylan, and I have been hesitant to make this video for two main reasons. The first one is that I've been avoiding making any videos that are not part of my reflections or my singing series because I really want to move forward with those. And also, I really do not want to contribute to the fear machine, if you will, that the powers that be have been unleashing upon everyone with such viciousness lately. But I feel like I have to do this right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it and share my thoughts with you guys about the coronavirus. So, as I make this video, I myself am sick. I don't know if I have the coronavirus. What I believe is probably happening is that my abusers have decided that now is a good time to make me think that I have it so that I will freak out and be impaired. I am mostly just experiencing the physical issues that I always experience. Like I've had a sore throat for the past several months now, and so me having a sore throat now is not anything new. There's a bunch of things like that are all adding up to make me look pretty sick right now, but most of it is stuff that I've already been experiencing, plus severe stress. So I know that I don't really have reason to actually think that I have the coronavirus, but I do think at this point that stress and my abusers are doing things to exacerbate the sickness that I already kind of chronically experience. And it's all an attempt to freak me out so that I can't function. That being said, I am taking it seriously in that I am very much trying to be mindful and do not wish to get anyone sick. Today was the last day that I went out and did anything big, and it's also the day that I have accepted that I should probably really be self-quarantining, that my symptoms are enough that even though I do suspect that I'm being messed with because I am a targeted individual of intense focus for my abusers, I still want to keep everyone safe. So today was the last day that I did anything major. And from here on out, I'm going to be trying to stay inside as much as I can. I'm going to have to go outside at some points. I don't drive, neither does my husband, and we still don't actually have permanent housing. We've been inside for a little while, but in a temporary situation where we are as safe as we could hope to be, but it's not actually sustainable long term, so we're still trying to figure that out. As it is, I'm just trying to cope, as best I can and ground myself and keep moving forward with certain things while mindfully slowing down in other ways so that I can get the rest that I need. The thing that I did today was I went back to the town that I used to live in when I had actual housing last, and I confirmed with my husband that this dog that we were extremely attached to, who was a sort of guard dog at this shop, has indeed probably passed away. And this is a source of serious grief for us. I don't really know what to even say about it. We knew that she was sick about 6 months ago when we left that town, and that she was almost completely blind and hadn't been as of just a few months before. And so we knew that she was very ill and old, and probably we were never going to see her again. And by the time we were able to return to check up on her, she would be gone. And yeah, there are a bunch of reasons why we decided to go ahead and go make this trip. And the main one really was that it intuitively felt correct. We even reached out with our energy to our sense of a higher power or higher powers and asked for a sign that we should do this, because we want to make sure that we are being responsible in every decision we make right now. And the response that we got back, we felt, was very clear and direct, telling us that we should go ahead and do this. And when we did, something really synchronistic and unusual happened, that I feel is confirmation that we did the right thing. There were actually a couple things that happened that really confirmed to us that we did the right thing. We now have a sense of closure around it more. We don't have absolute proof that she is gone, but it is pretty obvious from certain details that she is. And so we now have an opportunity to really, truly accept this loss and move on. But it is a big deal for us because while she was not officially our dog, she very much felt like our dog. And I'm pretty sure that she felt like she was our dog. And to anybody who has loved animals like that and been loved by animals in return, I'm sure you'll understand what I'm saying when I say that you don't have to officially, quote unquote, own an animal in order for it to be yours. So, yeah, I'm sitting with that right now, and it just feels like an agonizing layer of pain on top of an already overwhelming amount of pain. I am just so concerned for everybody who... everybody. I know that you guys probably want me to talk about the coronavirus itself and not just ramble on about how I'm feeling and this seemingly unrelated thing involving this animal. But I guess what I'll say is I don't want to play too much into the sensationalism of it. So I'll just be really direct and succinct in what I say. I personally feel certain that the coronavirus has been intentionally released to the public so that people will be terrorized and so that the government will be more able to control us. And I don't believe that it's just the American government, but I believe that it's many government agencies all throughout the world participating in this collaboration with each other. And I'm not saying that every single part of every single government is involved, including in the United States, but certainly the government agency that I grew up in is first and foremost playing a significant role in this. And whatever it is, whatever the coronavirus is, I don't think that it's exactly what they're saying that it is. And I think that this is really to set a stage for further action taken against people. And that while the shit might not all go down this year, I am not sure if everything is going to exactly return to normal. And I know that it can't, because people are being massively traumatized. This is an attempt to massively traumatize everyone. And I'm just seeing so many things that are alarming. A huge one, of course, is that the year is the year that it is. And I've said before in comments and in a community post that I think that this year is a special year for my abusers. I know that it is. They have made many apocalyptic proclamations to their victims, including myself, about it. And they've done the same about past years in which the calamities they said would happen didn't happen. And so that does mean that we can't just assume that whatever they're saying about this year is true. I think it's safe to say that anything they say we should not just assume is true. But they don't lie about absolutely everything all the time. Their motivations for everything they say and do may be fundamentally dishonest, but that doesn't mean that everything they say is a lie. Which brings me to a point about disinformation in the media. You know, so much of all of this is about mixing truth and fiction to the point where it's very hard to tell them apart. I'm doing my best to avoid watching the news, but there is just so much everywhere, bombarding. Every time I go online, every time I leave where I'm staying, I just feel overwhelmed with messages ordered around fear. I don't want to say too much here. This is not coming out in as eloquent a fashion as I hoped, but it's just coming out how it is. This is a raw, very raw video, an expression of pain. It hurts for me to even talk because my throat is so sore right now, but one thing I definitely want to say is that I'm being very haunted by the phrase social distancing right now. That just keeps coming up in my mind. There is so much there that I want to say. I'm not even sure where to start. But perhaps I'll just go to the heart of it and say that every time I hear it, every time I think of it, I feel this horrifying feeling that I always felt when reading Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. The kinds of words and phrases used there, the kind of thought control, the infantilizing that was involved in that. When I see signs everywhere using the phrase social distancing over and over, I feel like a kindergartner and like the sign was put up by a teacher. That's how I feel inside. I feel about 5 years old, and that's not good. And I know that I myself am more sensitive to these kinds of things than most, but I feel an energy there that has to be affecting everyone, whether most are aware of it or not. And I have seen things in the media regarding how that phrase is used that suggest to me that it is there's already an attempt being made to make it a colloquialism of sorts. There's a feeling about it like it's always been a phrase that has been suggested to us, but perhaps it's only now coming to light more obviously. I don't really know what all to say about it, but that is one of the most disturbing things to me about all of this, that phrase. And I think that those of you who want to expand your consciousness around all of this stuff may benefit from spending some time with that phrase and the other phrases that are being used around all this. Of course, the name itself of the virus is very telling. I was playing a computer game that I play with my inner children the other day, and it has a variety of words and phrases that it will cycle through periodically in different parts of the game. And I'm not sure if I ever saw this one before, but kind of out of nowhere, I was on a certain part of the game, and it said something about a crown. And I think what it said was, aren't you glad they're bringing back the crown? And I've noticed that in this game I play, there are some seemingly pointed things sometimes that make me, wonder just how deeply my abusers are trying to access me through it. And I know that they are, and there are reasons that I am allowing my system to play it right now, even though I know it's a risk. But sometimes the stuff that comes up really makes me take a step back and be like, am I comfortable even looking at a phone at all? And the truth is no, I am not comfortable. I know right now I'm being blasted with things just by looking at this screen, recording this video. But I choose to use technology to a degree. I just feel like I have to. As an Aspie, it's one of the only ways that I can talk to people. And as a survivor of MK, I feel a strong personal obligation to reach out in this way. And that doesn't mean that I think that everybody is obligated by any means. I want people to protect themselves. If you're watching this and you feel like for your own safety you should never look at a screen again, then I would welcome you to put my channel away. But God, I feel like I'm rambling so bad. It's excruciating watching this. I dreamed of seeing all this shit go down when I was a child, because I wanted the general public to suffer. I really did. I was very bitter and very angry for a long time. And of course I still have anger inside, but I don't fundamentally feel that way anymore. And now I'm just sad, and my heart has been so opened by those of you in the public who watch these videos and show your support in the comments. And I really just feel like I just want to give every single person on this planet, with very few exceptions, a big hug. But of course, I don't want to get anyone sick, so I will be staying in bed for now. Okay, I think that's all I've got for this video. I am not sure whether I want to post it, but when I watch it over, I will decide. Thank you, assuming I do post this. Thank you to all who have watched this. I really don't want you to panic about our safety or anyone's safety, including your own. Panic is generally the thing that's least conducive to safety. And I know that panic is what the people doing this stuff want. So I just really suggest that you all remember that there have never been any guarantees that any of us would live through to the end of this day. There will be no guarantees that any of us will live through tomorrow. I believe that every single day is a gift, and that we can take this time to heal, all of us. We can take this time to detach from all that fear and do what the people orchestrating this most desperately want to keep us from, which is finding ourselves and a sense of solitude. Thank you.